Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Maddie Fenton. I'm the Executive Director at MC3, the Maryland Cultural and Conference Center. And with me today is Corey Lewis from the Maryland State Archives. Welcome, Corey. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at the Archives?
Oh, thank you, Maddie. Yes, currently I'm the Senior Director of Digitization and Constituent Services. We are certainly excited to be here today to partner with not only your organization, but others who are trying to preserve and tell the history of Annapolis.
So you know this better than anyone. What role does the Maryland State Archives play in preserving history?
Certainly, we all have a responsibility to store and preserve Maryland's government records. In addition to that, though, it's about providing access, and I would like to call this preservation through digitization. And simply what that means is if we're able to digitize these records, that allows these records to remain in proper storage. There's not as much handling. These images, however, can be shared across different platforms, become visible to people not only in California, other states, nationwide, as well as worldwide. So digitization has really added a whole nother component to preservation, which is our main goal.
So what are some of the ways that local nonprofits, including MC3, can help support the Maryland State Archives?
I think there's many ways. I think simply picking up the phone, giving us a call, coming to see us, just trying to engage with the archives. And we're really wanting to make sure that institutions that may not have the resources to the knowledge that we have, whether it's our conservators, whether it's our researchers, whether it's our digitization capabilities, we want to make sure that everyone has access to those. And so all of Maryland's history is preserved, not just those that do have access to us directly.
So can you tell us a little bit about your new mural that we're proposing here at Park Place?
Yeah, so it's been great to partner with MC3 to commemorate Carr's Beach, doing my research with finding some of the images of Carr's Beach, looking up some of the old posters from their entertainment days when they had some of the best performers come by. It's just been exciting to be able to just do something commemorative and display for people to talk about for years to come is even better.
So 1948, 1949 is the beginning of what everybody knows as the Carr's Beach. Carr's is basically where the slot machines are. That's where the bandstand was. The bandstand is where the young people would come to the edge so they could see Sarah Vaughan in different places. People come from everywhere because now you might win a little money. You know, the boardwalk is lined with these one-armed bandits, so it actually helps with the economic development while you're waiting for a show.
We want to host a big celebration for the city of Annapolis. What would you suggest we have in terms of music and performers? What type of food we should have that would really bring the sense of pride that Carr's Beach had?
Well, I always feel that the Motown sound was the soundtrack of a part of Carr's Beach during its heyday. Although, you know, you had entertainers like Sarah Vaughan and Duke Ellington, Illinois Jacquet, that performed there. During the 60s is when Carr's Beach was really, really in the heyday under Willie Adams. And so it was through Willie Adams that it became one of the major venues along the Chitlin Circuit, which brought the Motown Review, the Stax people, any kind of, you know, African-American music that was going on. Ike and Tina Turner, the Temptations, Stevie Wonder, all of them performed there. So to me, the Motown sound has to be a part of any kind of celebration. And we also have a local band who was the local band for Carr's Beach and Sparrows Beach, and that was the Van Dykes. So they're still around and they still perform. And you definitely have to have the Van Dykes there because they were a part of the story of Carr's Beach. The food, you gotta have crab cakes, you gotta have fish, You gotta have fried chicken, you gotta have watermelon, you gotta have potato salad and all those things that people would spend time, you know, if they knew they were coming to the beach, they would cook that food up on Saturday or Friday night and be ready, you know, for, you know, the morning, because people would come and they'd stay all day. There was so much to do, and it was just so calming and soothing and just feeling at home that, you have to have all that kind of food as well.
I've seen the renderings. It's so bright, it's vibrant, it's exciting. What do you want them to leave with?
I want them to leave with lights, camera, action. Because when I heard about the show, it was always an entertainment venue or a platform for Black people to display their talents, them being entrepreneurs, and it just being great energy out there. So I want it to be great energy when you come. I want you to be able to look at it and not really know too much off of it. I want you to be able to do your own research so you can really get a full grip of the story. And I think it's like it's going to be a huge melting pot of talent that'll come and check it out. And just looking at the future here, it totally matches up, and it's going to mesh history in the future.
My name is Vince Leggett, and I'm the founder and the president of Blacks of the Chesapeake. And for the last 30 years, we've been documenting the contributions that African Americans have made to the maritime and seafood processing industry. So often when people think about Africans on the Chesapeake Bay, they think about crab pickers and oyster shuckers, and we have done those things, but we've also been boat builders, sail makers, owners of seafood processing plants, owner of great recreational venues like Carr's and Sparrows Beach and others. Another part of our work is to try to empower the next generation of environmental activists. The Blacks of the Chesapeake is dedicated to smashing the myth that people of color don't care about the environment. We had an opportunity to collaborate with the Maryland State Archives and other partners to begin to digitize and catalog and inventory this collection so it will be available for posterity forever. We want the Blacks of the Chesapeake's local legacy collection to be available to students, to teachers, to research, to scholars, to the just general public. And with the technology today through our website, through major portals like Maryland, Digital Maryland Online, this is a collection that can connect worldwide. And so that's one of the things that we're really exciting about, that we're gonna get an opportunity to memorialize and institutionalize this collection, and Maryland Archives and others are great partners.
What was it maybe about the Carr's Beach mural project that kind of caught your attention?
Carr's Beach is legendary when you talk about the Annapolis community. My grandmother talks about how much fun she used to have going to Carr's Beach. My mom remembers being a kid going to Carr's Beach, packing up and going down there with my grandmother and them just enjoying themselves. It really was an oasis and a haven back when my grandmother wasn't allowed to go any place freely and to feel safe in the city of Annapolis. There was a handful of places where she could go and not have to look over her shoulder. And Carr's Beach was one of those places. So when I think about it and I reflect on it now in modern times, I really can understand with the renewed appreciation what it was like. My grandmother's generation, they worked really hard. I mean, she was a woman who worked at the Naval Academy and did a lot of domestic work over her life. And I think about how hard that type of work is. It's really labor intensive, it's really physical and taxing. And to know that she had a place that was as beautiful as Carr's Beach was in the photos, and still the area still being really beautiful, that she was able to go there and just kick back with her friends and bring the kids and be able to have a picnic and have a good time and just really relax and enjoy all those things about living in Annapolis that to this day people find welcoming and inviting. So for me, the journey to Carr's Beach and wanting to be involved in preserving the legacy of what it was and what it means now to my grandma's generation, who still remembers it fondly, for me, that stretches back, generations in my family. So I really feel like it's an honor to be able to have a hand in this project and something to do with it, because it meant so much to those who have paved the way for me.
Hi, my name is Gemma Lehner. I am the Director of Programming at the Maryland Cultural and Conferencing Center, MC3. We are so excited to be bringing you a full season of programming this year, and we're starting off with diversity, equity, inclusion at the forefront of our programming. We are going to be presenting a new community art project, the One Annapolis Community Art Project, with a new mural memorializing Carr's Beach. We need community support to make this project possible. Visit GoFundMe.com and type in the One Annapolis Community Art Project to donate, and please share if you get a chance. And follow us on social media at MC3 Annapolis.